Seconded.
Lawson.
Okay. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the development of policy of remote meeting. So I began to look at this a while back when,
Is there a motion? I mean, we should start with a motion. We've all read the packet.
okay, that would, all right.
Well, as far as I know, everybody has.
Motion to authorize Attorney Patterson to develop a policy for remote member participation in board and commission meetings.
Is that a motion?
That's a motion.
Yes.
Second that.
Motion made and seconded. Is there further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Part of that policy could be that we close the township hall to unrestricted public access. Meaning, we put a sign on the door and potentially lock the door that, you know, if you have an essential service, you're welcome to make an appointment, or we're welcome to, you know, come up and answer the door. We don't know what the next 2 weeks, a month is going to present to us. I would hate to have someone here at the board get sick because we're trying to do the right thing by serving the public, right? So just as just as hospitals are asking us to call before we head in, they can have a special place for us to triage, so on and so forth. Should we make this an immediate part of our daily life here at the township?
Ron, is this on the agenda?
That's the development of the policy for remote participation.
And I didn't see anything in all, and I read all of the materials provided about closing the township hall. Now, I mean, I'm not saying the board isn't going to do it, but it's a board decision and it's not on the agenda right now, so I don't know.
Well,
Whatever the board wants to do, but.
it's this particular agenda item covers a vast array, and some we're learning about. May I remind you that I did submit this quite a while ago, and even changes are happening almost once a day, right? I don't think we had any major new developments today, except maybe the number of participants in a meeting dropped from 50 to 10. But my goal is to make sure that Cheryl's safe, Della, you're safe, and we always have the opportunity to get up off of our chair and let someone in, or at least ask for a phone call in advance. If you don't think your safety is paramount to that level, then I'll just include it with
Well, I think, you know, we saw the level of people coming in drop significantly. So people are self-modulating themselves. They're not going places, they're staying home. So it's not like we have a lot of people coming in the building anyway.
okay?
And this is into my tax season, I have a lot I'm dealing with the end of stuff. And I know Cheryl's dealing with a lot of stuff because of the election has put her behind. So I have to be here. And
Well,
I'm just
he's not
gonna,
saying that we wouldn't be here.
Right.
I'm gonna be here.
Right.
I'm going to serve the public, because that's what I'm getting paid to do.
but you know, we can take
He's saying,
precautions in this
should we,
building.
he's saying, should we lock ourselves in here?
I know what he's saying. I'm just saying, maybe what we ought to do is wipe things down more often, Make sure we use the wipes and the sprays that include bleach, because I understand that kills the virus on contact. And when somebody comes in, we keep a safe distance from them. You know, we use some best practices, social.
That's what the recommendations are.
Do we have like hand sanitizers available to put on the wall or anything like that? Should we get something?
There's some
like
right over
Somewhere
there.
Okay. Oh, I see it in little bottles.
I mean, we can get more, you know, to be accommodating to people coming in the building. And for our safety too.
Okay. I just
mean,
wanna,
for personally, for me, if I was you, I wouldn't step into this building without a mask or something on to protect yourself.
well, mask, as you know, does not really protect against the virus. What it does do is stop you from touching your own face.
Well,
with
I would do
dirty
that
hands.
then. I'm a face
So,
toucher, so,
We do that more than 90 times a day.
and we don't realize we're
We don't
doing it,
realize
I
it.
know.
So, okay, well, as long as you don't think there's anything that we need to install right now, I mean, I got a lot of phone calls today from people with respect to not being considerate of the public who can't attend because, you know, they're supposed to be home. But,
But
Well,
Ron,
the
we have,
public is supposed to be home if they're sick. There has not been a directive that the public cannot go places. People who are sick are supposed to be staying home. And so if the people who are sick stay home, the rest of us won't get it.
but Ron, those same people, they're concerned about us having a meeting with 10 people in attendance, are going to the grocery store where there's hundreds of
Yeah,
people.
that's exactly right.
And as long as for day-to-day business anyway, I'll be more than happy to wipe things down when somebody comes into my office. Once they leave, I'll wipe it down. I'll make sure the handles are wiped and my table is taken care of and.
You're
the
better
pens
off
they're
instead of
using-
wiping it, spraying it.
Yeah, wow, yeah, I can do that.
And don't wipe it, just spray it and let it lay there.
And let it dry.
most of the cleaners have to be in contact for 3 to 6 minutes, most of the aggressive pesticides.
But just a little bit of a clarification on what you said, Cheryl. Now is, there's healthy, we're all healthy, and we could be carrying this
Mhm.
too, to a certain degree, you know, so we have to be conscious of that too. But I think, you know, just like everybody's watching the news and reading, we still have to carry on business for this
Yeah.
township. Ultimately, it's up to the people that are in here every day.
And I think more people are gonna call than
I
stop
think
down
they
there.
are, and I think it wouldn't hurt to put a note on the door. Please, you know, when you walk in, use hand sanitizer and
Yeah.
something, you know, or alert them that, you know, we're trying to watch our health too, and something, you know.
Well, and,
Until we, someday maybe we'll have to close it, but right now I think we need to keep moving,
yeah.
because there's stuff that has to get
And
done.
for instance, my deputy clerk, has asthma. And so she's at risk, and I told her this morning that if she does not want to, work down here, she has my blessing. She doesn't have to work down here. I'll pick up, what she does. So I'm not gonna force anybody to work in this building, but on the other hand, I don't think we're gonna get a lot of people coming in here, and I think, as Della said, it's going to really pretty much self-regulate itself.
You know, if we can get through this month, because there's meetings we have to do,
Mhm.
you know, and then if it comes to the point where we cancel the meetings, then we do that. But right now, we need to get through these budget hearings or nobody gets paid.
Well,
The electric don't get paid.
tonight's a great example of people self-regulating.
Yeah.
This is a regular meeting.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, well, I just want to make sure that the board feels that we're doing what is necessary and what is currently recommended for our own protection, because we are all at high risk. Paul, you are, because of, you know, your association with the medical community. Della, you and I have chases with medical concerns. You're all over, Lloyd, the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
and sometimes out of state.
Well, I've had pneumonia twice, so that puts me at risk too.
Okay, and apparently Cheryl is the only super girl here, so.
Where's your cape?
My body just aches, that's all.
Okay, so,
That's called old.
Yeah.
Mine too.
I know, you didn't have to say that, Paul.
Well, I mean, I'm feeling for you because I'm old too. Mine hurts too.
okay, so no immediate actions at this time. Okay,
Didn't mean that bad for me.
I know.
was there a good way?
You broke the number.
I'll just shut up. Before I dig deeper.
Top of your head.
Yeah.
All right, so item number 14. This brings us to agenda item 14, which is an addition to the agenda this evening. Closure of township hall or buildings?
Township Hall,
Township hall.
Township Hall building,
That probably should be worded different, now, shouldn't it? We're not closing it, closer to
to foot
foot
traffic.
traffic,
The
Right.
agenda item is
Appointment
closure of Township Hall to foot traffic.
so
That's
people
the
are
agenda item.
confused. Foot traffic.
What I've found is that people are confused no matter what. Well, when you
Well, I
say
know.
closed, that's what they hear,
Right.
okay?
Right.
So I can't tell you how many times over the past 7 or 8 days I've heard that this place is closed, this place is closed, but actually they're
restricted.
open by appointment only.
Right.
They're restricted to appointment only.
So I don't like the word closed in whatever statement we come up with. I like the idea. I think it should have happened earlier.
And I wish someone would have brought a motion earlier. We were here on the 17th, and that could have been added easily to the agenda. So what I found, and I've been on a lot of other townships' websites over the weekend to see what they were doing, and they have closed their township hall to foot traffic, and the governmental center has closed to foot traffic. They are conducting business via phone and email. And also, if somebody needs to bring something there or pick something up, they ask them to call ahead. And so doing things by appointment. So to me, the door, what I mean by close the township hall is the door would be locked so that no one can just wander in. Today, we put the battery bucket outside so people don't have to come in for that. And, but the executive order did say, and the MTA followed up and said that township board members are able to keep working and are something about sustaining life or something like that. So I want to maintain my office hours, and I intend to do that so that I can answer the phone, answer emails, that type of thing, and get things done so we don't get so behind in the clerk's office. But it would be nice if we didn't have to worry about people coming in here. And I'm only asking for this until 12:01 a.m. on April 13th, which is the end of Governor Whitmer's executive order. So this is a temporary thing, which could be revisited at our meeting on April 14th. We have a meeting the next day, is our next township board meeting. And I just think we should follow suit with other township halls so that we make sure, and quite frankly, I mean, no one's coming in.
Right.
Today, Pat Irway stopped in here for a glass of water. And yesterday, a guy came in and dumped off some batteries. Friday, I was here all day. One person stepped in and asked, where do you dump off batteries, but didn't have any. So the traffic, even before the stay home, stay safe order by Governor Whitmer, had dropped off to almost nothing. But for instance, I wonder, would Bob feel more comfortable being here on his one day of the week if he, knew that, not just anybody can walk in here and
Well, any
So-
of you salary people, yeah. I think it's a great idea. The only thing I might interject to that is that date, the end date. Maybe we should word it so if Governor Gretchen enacts
If
a
she,
longer period, we don't
Right.
have to visit it. We can just go on with keeping it closed to foot traffic,
right,
however you want to word that.
And that's, actually, that's a very good suggestion.
Because more than likely, it's gonna be longer.
well,
I
then,
think it
the proposed motion that I came up with, was motion to close the Township Hall building to foot traffic through the duration of Executive Order 2020-21. So, and we could add to it,
As
and
amended
any
or extended.
extensions. And any extensions of the order,
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
so that, like you say, we don't have to revisit it in,
But does that motion indicate that will be open for appointment only?
well, I think we put it on our website, just like other townships, and we put it on the door,
Yeah.
sign on the door. We put it on, I'll be happy to put it on the, right on the main page on our website, saying that, you know, and put everybody's contact information there. And that's what other townships have done.
I
And
think everybody's gonna get it.
yeah, I mean, there's not gonna be that many people out and about, but I think we should control the amount of people coming into this building temporarily, once again,
Correct.
temporarily, not any kind of, you know, not any kind of, lengthy
Just while the
thing.
governor's order is on.
Yeah,
Agreed.
so I'll make that motion.
Second?
Third.
Motion made and seconded. Further discussion? Roll call when ready.
Bennett?
Yes.
Thomas, yes. Hubble?
Yes.
Lawson?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.